Hey, what do you hear? What do you say? My name is Dami. I'm a guitar player and audio engineer. So today, taking a different route, or a part B to a previous video that I made in the last couple of months. If you've not seen that, you should go check that out. I was talking about how to restore the feel of having a tube amp with you when you're recording. In this day and age where digital modules are taking over, plugins, amp simulators, and all that good stuff, there's this quest to have that feel you get from playing an amp back. There's just the way your fingers and your strings respond to how you play, and then how that is getting amplified by the amp. There's a feel there. There's a sound. There's this X factor that happens between you and the tube amp, and that is just lacking when it comes to this audio coming out of your plugins, say UAD plugins, Line 6 plugins, and the Quad Cortex one. So I did a video where I sent my Walrus compressor pedal. I sent that into my audio interface, and that immediately made a huge difference in how the feel was playing with that particular pedal. So I want to take it a little bit further and incorporate this Colorbox version 2 into my setup and see how that responds. I've always wanted one of these, but they were kind of out of my budget. But with the Black Friday sales and then this coming in this color, because I really didn't like the white one, so I had so many reasons not to get one. But with the Black Friday deal that JHS was doing, and then this new gray color, I was just like, you know what? I mean, buying a gear because of the color is kind of a weird thing, but it was just a good vibe, and it's more useful to me than just a preamp pedal. What this is, and I'm not gonna go over and try to reinvent the wheels. There's so many videos out there explaining what this does. What this does is putting a whole console in a pedal board format, a usable power supply, and a heck of EQ channel. So you could use this as a clean preamp, like a Neve type clean preamp, or you could turn it to where it's embarrassingly clipping and use one of the steps, and you can have like a distorted overdrive or even force sometimes sound on your guitar. But how about vocals, which is what I want to try this with. I've tried this on drums. It sounds great. There's so many videos that are doing all the time, but that's not what I'm doing today. I just want to see how it feels using it with amp simulators, and how it can restore that feel back, and see if it does that, and how it colors and shapes my tone overall. So without talking too much, let's go to my studio and let's hear what this does. And let's move. So why is this even important in the first place? First of all, in professional studio, you will have your guitar rig. If you go to any professional recording settings, you're going to have your guitar rig going into a preamp. Some of them are pricey preamp. They could be range from $500 to thousands, $5,000, $7,000, depending on the studio and what their budget or running budget is. And being able to recreate that with less than $500 in a pedal format that can still find its way back to my pedal board just sounds like a freaking good idea. I'm a guitar player and audio engineer, so this is an amazing toy for me, having a whole console in a pedal format that I can slap on my desk right there. Oh yeah, by the way, if you didn't see my shorts about making all my pedals MagSafe, you should go check that out. Most of the pedals that I have on my desk that I use, that I record with, they're all MagSafe, and I have this MagSafe clip thing on my desk that I just slap them on and connect my cable. It just makes my workflow easier. So yeah, you should think about that if you do a lot of desk work. And so just moving straight. So this is like me having a studio preamp in my studio on my desk, and I'm able to experiment, mix, record, and do all this great stuff with this gear. And that's the whole purpose of this video. I want to see how it shapes my guitar tone, not necessarily making it better, because I already have a good guitar tone that I'm happy with, but what if I push it to the next level, make it dirtier, just mess around and not take myself seriously. And that's what this is going to do for me. So let's go. Before I get too deep, here's some coffee. Okay, so here's the interesting part about this whole process. I'm going to be using the Universal Audio Dream 65 plugin. It's a nice plugin just by itself. It sounds great. I like the way my guitar sounds through it. I like the way my guitar sounds through the plugin. Naturally, nothing added, nothing subtracted. It's just an overall good plugin. All right. But so here's how my guitar sounds just with the plugin. Sounds good. Sounds very usable. Like it's fine. But now when I dial in this guy, still sounds good. Just because I have minimal setup here, so the pre-volume I can turn that up a little bit. That gives me a little bite. Sounds good. Let's. All right, so the step gets it really dirty. Can already hear like that edge of breakup. Okay, taking one more step. So it's pushing the amp to where I really don't want it to be. So I'm just gonna no step here, just pre-volume, drop the preamp a little bit, put the master at noon, and then maybe take it 3 steps. Let's see if I get something bitey here. All right, so that glued it up a little bit. So still run the pre-volume down. Bring the master back. So it's giving it some sort of saturation, kind of making it bolder. Yeah, some sort of bolder kind of amp feel. Okay. I kind of like where this is going already. Let me see if I can record something here. So that's it with the amp on, rather the with the color box on. Now with the color box off, same vibe. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. So with just that, it's kind of muddy a little bit. But so you could hear it's there's more presence, and I'm not even pushing the highs a little bit too much. I'm not even pushing it that much on the, but there's already this bite that it has to the amp. Uh, it's hard to explain, but you can hear it more clearly. Now it's on, off. It's definitely more defined. Yeah, it's very much more defined. So it does something, and it's gonna take a lot of learning curve. And this is me pushing it to the third step and trying to get some dirty sound, but still lowering my preamp volume just to lower the gain down a little bit. Overall, this sounds really good. I'm just using a clean one preset here. I'm not doing anything to the amp here, but it's a useful addition on vocals as well. I think I'll be using this more on vocals and on drums. That's where it really shines the most. With the guitar, it does what it does, but I have my way around using it with guitars. So will I be using this with guitar with every recording? I'll say no. But when it comes to like drum mix or reamping, maybe vocals, maybe just add some color and some saturation and some distortion to some vocals, I'll definitely grab this one. Just because of the form factor, I don't have to buy I don't have to buy a 5 series rack or lunchbox just to use one simple preamp that I want to use. So this is saving me a lot of money in the long run. So I can have this at the end of my setup, put my Mac into it, send all the guitar effects through these, and then send them to my audio interface and record vocals in such a way that it's different. And if you're I don't know, pursuing a unique tone, this might be the route to go, in my opinion. So far, let me know how you guys are using your own box then. It's still a learning curve for me on this one, and I'm willing to explore this to the best of my ability and just have fun doing it. And that's the main thing about music. You must have fun doing it. And if it's not fun, I don't think you should do it. And this is just me having fun with a piece of gear. And for that bright lights, I think they sell some covers. I'll be ordering that and putting that on there because the light is extremely bright. So far, that's how I feel about it. I will find some times to use it, but yeah. So for me, there's a learning curve, but then it's a heck of a package because it gives me, first of all, it's saving me a lot of money because I was going to go the route of getting the 500 series and then getting some preamps and some compressors and the other stuff. This gives me the ability to be able to do all that without committing to getting a 500 series lunchbox, which is not cheap, and then getting some preamps for like $500 upwards and stacking like 2 or 3 outboard gears just for some sound design. I think this makes a lot of sense because I can actually send other pedals through it. I can send the Chase Bliss mood pedal, send it through it, send a microphone through that, and just experiment with my sound design, which is the goal here. So it's not just getting that preamp or that coloration to my effects or coloration to my recordings, rather. It's more of a cost saving mechanism. So I can literally just take one of my compressors here and add it to a vocal chain and see how that works and what that gets me. So it gives me room to experiment and to explore, which is what I signed up for in the first place. The whole idea is to enjoy music and to have fun doing it. So why the heck not? All right, let me know if you enjoy content like these. I make videos every week. My name is Dami. I'm an audio engineer and a sound enthusiast. Subscribe to the channel. It helps me do what I do better and help other people see this content that I make weekly. Thank you for listening to me and watching me make a fool of myself. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.